in trend with everything else that was going on. Because, I mean, you look at all the movies.
I'm so happy you said that. Following trend, and that's where it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you have to understand that, you know, a lot of people, and this is just not even going for, you know, quote unquote, people of color or quote unquote, people who are Caucasian or of Caucasian descent. You have to understand, what the people has to understand is a lot of these people are misinformed.
Yeah.
Or they have a fear or ignorance, and it's been programmed to this way of life, or this belief has been programmed into them since the beginning.
Yeah.
Since day one of their existence on Earth. For example, you know, if you take a baby, or should I say two babies, and you switch their actual parenthood or their ethnicity or whatever, and you switch it around. You know, you take a quote-unquote white baby and put them in a black home, or a quote-unquote black baby and put them in a white home or whatever. And other than color, they're raised. And with raising comes programming. So they're programmed to believe what it is they want to believe and how they're taught. You can even go to a far extreme and say, okay, we're going to put one in the hood and we're going to put one in a different type of environment. We change the environment. People are products of the environment that they are around and the programming that they receive from either society or parents.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, to close a business, what defines them and who they are? The older they get, you know, you might break away a little bit here and there, but to the core, most only believe what they're programmed to believe. So you can have a dang a Caucasian who excuse me for my expression, he could be the realest nigga that you know, because he's been around this environment and he's a product of that environment. But, or you can have a person who is of color, who, i.e., a black man, who was raised in a more Caucasian environment, but with a middle class living standards, or starting in a certain social class, and everybody will say that he's an Oreo, where he's black on the outside, but he's white on the inside. You know what I'm saying? Race doesn't define that, you know, these two people were programmed to know or act or to feel a certain way. And it's just like what you said, it's the trending topic. So whatever their trending topic is, or the trending situation is, or the trending upbringing is, that's going to be what they go by and they follow.
Man, I just feel like we got to break that, though.
You know, it's interesting to say that, because, you know, I sat back and I really thought about this in a lot of different aspects. And I said to myself, you know, can racism ever be really, truly abolished? You know, can it really be, you know, a way or method to turn those who have already been tainted, both the affected and affectees of, you know, white supremacy, or even, you know, any race of supremacy? Because even as African Americans, or you can have Latino Americans, or any other race, you still have a certain order of supremacy. Supremacy is something that's going to always be in every single ethnicity in every single region of the world.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so it really, to say, okay, can we abolish white supremacy? It's really just going to turn into, you're trying to abolish a piece of the world in the development of mankind that, you know, you can package it a different way, but it's the same product. You know what I'm saying? For example, in Islam, you have your Shiites and then you have your Sunnis.
Mm-hmm.
They don't like each other, don't vibe. Sometimes they're peaceful, but it's two different divisions.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, with that being said, you got people of a whole entire religion that have dividing factions. One don't like the other. You can take the same thing and you can look at it in different cultural settings or even different regions. Just like, you know, myself, I spend a lot of time with my Hispanics, you know, partially because I have family members that are Hispanic, but on a personal level, I believe that everybody's human. I was down there in Texas, right? Southern Texas at that. And you have the Southern Texans who are Hispanic, who they have family members who live in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
The what I guess you would call them, quote unquote, Mexican Hispanics don't necessarily like or get along with the northern Hispanics, which would be the ones that live in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
There's a division there. Now, these are people from the same gene pool, geographically in the same area, but only divided by, you know, a government, but also certain hardships in life to where they don't even get along. They are, one thinks the other is supreme, and one think the other is infidels. They look at each other and they treat each other differently. You know, you have the northern Hispanics that feel like, oh, they're just dirty Mexicans. Excuse my derogatory comment.
Right.
But you have the actually Hispanics that live in Mexico looking at them like, oh, they're just privileged crybabies. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what the struggle is. They don't know what life is. So even with that, you have both sides saying to the other side that we're better, we're supreme. So with whites, even in you know, quote unquote Caucasian culture, they do it to themselves also. So there's always going to be a division. And when you have a hidden hand, like my brother Charles Myers said, a hidden hand that basically uses this division in society and controls it for monetary gain, it's always going to be there. Because the person that's in the background that's using your division to swindle and bamboozle you, they don't give a fuck about what it is that, where you come from or what you got going on or how your pocket's looking or how you treat the next man. They only care about money. So it's always going to be a division there. I just wish that people would see that and embrace that.
I don't know, man. Maybe one day. Because right now, we shooting bad. You know, it's... I don't know, man. It just seems like, you know, people always want to put the blame on Trump. Oh, excuse me. Number 45.
President-elect.
There you go. All he did was, it was already a can that was open. He just pulled it back more. You know, and on some previous shows, I expressed my feelings and said, you know, I kind of glad that it happened the way it happened. Now everything's laid out on the table. Only bad thing is people sort of kind of is picking sides. People, you know, people saying all kind of very hurtful things to each other. You know, you got, you know, I don't want to see that, man. I have 2 little ones that's coming up. I don't want them to feel like, you know, they either are unprivileged or they can't have this, they can't have that. I mean, I just feel like everybody should have an equal opportunity, whether it's a 6-figure job or you being a goddamn garbage man. But give me the opportunity the same way you would someone else. That's all. And I think that's the problem. I just feel like when you said division, it is a division. It's a division everywhere. Or quote unquote, when you go to work, you have certain people that hang out with each other, certain people that they call crew and this and that. And you have a person that just started and they're a newbie and they're looking like, damn, I'm sitting here, ain't nobody talking to me. So now you got to infiltrate and see who you could be cool with, who you can't. You know what I mean? So it's like, you're right. It is a division. But here at Universal Underground Radio Network, we don't have no division.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? We fam. We family, man. So I don't know, man. I just hope one day, man, that we all can come to the table one day and break bread and not look at each other with disgust or seeing things that's on TV where people saying, the cops are still doing this, cops doing that, equal rights, and just.
Oh man, you want to get on that cop situation?
Well,
I mean, we can go there now.
We definitely gonna go there.
But let's hit this music first.
What we gonna do first is we gonna hit some music for y'all, because we probably been talking for a little while, but we be so passionate about what's been going on.
Oh, but we gonna get it done right though.
Yeah. So check this out, man. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna hit y'all over the head with some tracks, some very good tracks from these unsigned underground artists.
Yep.
All right, first up the bat is, she goes by the name Chi-Town the Boss.
Okay.
Name of the track is Family First, and she was born in Buffalo, New York.
All right.
But she resides in Atlanta, Georgia now, so
shout out to A-Town.
For sure. And then we're gonna hit y'all with Q. The name of the track is Ancestors. He's originally from Flint, Michigan, but he resides in Charlotte, North Carolina.
All
right, big up. And we have Witty. Name of the track is called We the Kings. And he's from Charlotte, North Carolina as well. So big up to the artists for sending in their music. We appreciate it. So right now we're going to go ahead and play these jams, and we'll be back. This is Universal Underground Radio Network.
The Underground Show. You heard? Tuned in to Universal Underground Radio Network, home of hip hop and R&B. Keep it pushing.
Family, man. That's why you gotta keep them first, man. Hey, I do it for you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you. Chip on my chest, word on my shoulder. Sometimes I wanna say fuck it. When them tears fall, but I can't forget about the times that I did wrong. I guess it's karma in case I don't live long. I was dead wrong. I'm better now. I got it together now. I still hustle, but I managed to cheddar now. I got goals and focus. Mama need a new crib. Daddy gon' get that Rolex. Little sister gon' get shot. That she always wanted. My brothers won't have to won't. That's all I ever wanted. I love y'all, and I don't do it for nobody else. Man, fuck friends if I ain't see you when I needed some help. I ain't need you for real. I had to see it myself. I had to conversate with God, not nobody else. Got no love for these niggas, so I'm playing for keeps. I got a rope for everybody. You can play into me. I'm still winning. I keep family first, cause they gon' be there when shit get real. And when it get worse, I stay down. We stay down. I keep family first, and they gon' be there when shit get real. And when it get worse, I stay down. We stay. I ain't have a childhood, I had to grow up fast. Kicking doors, robbing niggas just to give me some cash. Mama doing bedtime, daddy just went back. Grandma tripping, cold and bad, we ain't supposed to be mad. Only made me wanna leave and I wanna come back. But I had to, we was in that shit together.